psychology behind it. We'll also understand each other's, how we can, put together, make our mid-career planning more effective, as well as we can have a very, very effective career plan for our kids, offspring, our friends and families.
Thank you everyone for joining us, and thank you so much, sir, for presenting this webinar. Thank you so much.
All right, so let me take you the formal agenda over here. We're going to discuss two things together. One, mid-career planning, and then the career planning for student, because these two have a very different set of understanding and then principle when it is to be considered. When we talk about the mid-career, it largely, I don't know, most of the people who are there in this, the webinar are required, or in due course of time, they will be required to go for the mid-career planning. And what exactly it means for you, why it is required, what it means. So I'll take you to the another one. I'll just request you to look at the questions and, just think through for a while, just flash in your memory. Is that the question which you find, you keep on asking to yourself, yes, this is the, question comes in my mind. For few people, it's one question. For few people, it's a two. And some of the people, you keep getting this question in your mind, whereas, whether it is there, not there. So this is, by and large, if you look at, people, what do you mean by the mid-career? First of all, I'll take into the subsequent slide. But this is something which is the mixed set of question, keeps hovering in the mind of the people who have, 15 years, 18 years, or 20 years of experience. Whether I'm financially secured, if you have kept some thought process for your kids planning, for education, for your own retirement, you feel that whether, I'm taken care of, I'm there, I'm not there. Psychological, there is also, the factor, the kind of learning, knowledge, skill which I have, is it going to take me another 15, 20 years? Because, everybody, whoever, joined as a professional, joins with a dream that he is going to work till 55, 60, and accordingly they plan the career. But does it happen in that way? That's a larger question, So first of all, I just, anybody can, or most of you can just respond in the chat window. Do you relate to these questions? Some of the people, responded very clearly, yes. Some of nowadays we are thinking beyond 58, yes, absolutely. So thanks. I mean, all of you are, absolutely relating to these questions together. Before we answer this question, I'll relate you to something more about it, what it is. First of all, let's, understand the problem statement or the requirement statement, then we'll get into the process and the thought process, how we can solve it together. This is something more. I mean, you're saying there's a question over the questions. But yes, why I'm, requesting all you to think in this direction. Some of you might have think through. Some of you might not thought through on each of the question. For some people, it will be relevant. For some people, some question may not be relevant. But by and large, if you look at, these questions are relevant for all mid-career professionals. And let me tell you, while we are talking about the mid-career to each other, and we are discussing this is also getting extended to the extent of the early career. Early career, when I see the people who have just started their career after the college or the PGs, and then, they are into the 3 years to 4 years to 5 years of the career. The extent of this question has shifted the base from the mid-career to the early career. Okay. And let me tell you, from last 3 years, 4 years, I have been, talking, I'm interested, I keep on hearing, interacting with some of the very young minds, some of mid-career professionals, some of researchers, some of teachers. And let me tell you, it is equally question mark in everybody's mind, irrespective of any profession, whether he is into the defense services, he is IT professional, he is a construction professional, he is management guru, or he is, consultant, or he is a teacher, researcher. Everybody has got this question on the table. So, I just want to assure all my friends who are into the IT, that if you think that this question is relevant for them only, absolutely not. This question is applicable to all the people, including the people who are there in the government job. Just 3 days back, I was interacting with the person who, short service commission, he came out as a captain, and he was grappling with this question. What do I do next? The kind of expenses we have, it's not that I can survive on my pension. So we have been discussing on those, the lines, and It was pretty encouraging and interesting discussion. But that there is a myth that it is only happen with the people who are into the private sector or in the job. No, this question exists with everyone altogether. So nothing to worry about. Consider that this question belongs to all the species on this world. Okay, so nothing is specific to you only. See, this is a one stat I'm just putting forward for IT people, because in India, last 2 decades has made significant progress in IT industry, and somewhere there's a perception the people in the IT are better paid, they are doing well, and they have a very lucrative career as compared to other people who are into the automobile or productions or constructions or in civil engineering. So this is the number, and let me tell you, I have taken out this data which is 1 year back. For some reason, I have not taken the latest data, because latest data, there is a pandemic, there is a crisis out over there. So there is a lot of shadow around on those data, and this data looks very, very, different. So to avoid those cloud, I have just considered this data, which is, 1 year back, almost more than 1.5 year old, because I wanted to take the memory pointer of the team member over there. This problem has nothing to do with the COVID. This problem has nothing to do with the current crisis. This problem has got a phenomena which exists for various reasons, which we are going to talk about. Okay, 57% all Indian IT desi careers, they want to have a change, but where they want to change, they don't know. Most of the people don't know. They want to change, and why they want to change, that is also there. But what to do and how to do, that part is missing. There's some data, again, I have taken it old data only, because last 6 month data, I would say that any survey or any platform should not be using it, because in the last 6-7 months, the world is very different. And any data or any survey which has been conducted at that point of time has got much biasness towards larger disaster, which I think we should not be worried about. That, because that's not a permanent phenomena. I'll call it as a, the very, very temporary phenomena altogether. Yeah. So most of you are able to read it. Anyone, any thought? I would request you to, just express yourself if something is sparking your mind after looking at any thought. How does it look like? So here, this is the mid-career mindset. This is the kind of philosophy which everybody sits in, and he feels that, somewhere we are collating, and by working around this, we can, get away with the things. So I would just wanted to, here anybody can respond in the chat. Where do you see, do you correlate this statement? Any relationship, guys? Any one of you, do we accept this as a fact? So friends, I think so, why I wanted to give you, because this is the mindset you will find that it is reflecting with most of the mid-career professionals. Okay, job is the safest option. It is high time. We should not venture out. We should not look forward to set up any venture. If you leave this job, where will you go? Will not get another job. It happens. It's pretty normal. After talking to many 20, 25, 30, 40 professionals, I find this is a question mark in their mind. Okay, same mindset which is there. And but let me tell you, I'll take some more time to say what does it mean to all of you. So let's understand first of all, how the life cycle works. Very important. Now I'll keep taking you guys towards that situation altogether. There is an early life. Somebody comes in this world pretty happy, satisfied, joyful soul on the world, launched. 5 years he enjoys his life, 4 5, nothing to worry about the school. Then based on the country, locations, he gets into the schooling process, maybe kindergarten, 5 years, 6 years. And then 18 years, he goes for the education. Once 18 years education, which means it's a college with many completes, he gets into the, the job. He gets the job, irrespective to whether it's a high paying job, good job, bad job. He feels excited. Yeah. He feels excited about it. And then, the 3, 4 years, 5 years, he has some questions, but still he is able to carry forward. And then, after initial exploration, sometimes it goes right, sometimes it doesn't go right. Sometimes people change the job, after completing, let's say the example is, people come out, they complete engineering, they jump into the, engineering job. They don't like it down the line 2 years. They again go back to the management college, do some managerial work. Then they want to go to the marketing. So that's a called exploration phase. 4, 5 years, it continues. So let me tell you, add up 18 years education, 4 years into the early years, which is 22, then exploration period of 5 years, which takes you around somewhere 27, 28. That's the time when you say, I have settled down and I have a clear vision what I want to do with my life, what I want to do, whether I want to marry, I want to have kids, I want to have their education, I have to have a house, I have to have car, whatnot. That's the time when you start thinking about once you settle down. And by the time you settle down nowadays, it's at 28 or 30th. Think over it, the career which has been thought through to run smooth for 20 years, because everybody dreams about the 40 years seamless career. You're already 30, right? And then if you want to run your 40 years career anyway, that is not possible, because maximum you can run your career till 60. So you're left with 30 years. And now what happens within that 30 years as well? Down the line, 15 years, you find the organization, place, technology, way of working, things have significantly changed. And that's the time the growth here, which is reflecting here of 40 years, somewhere in the mid itself, you find there are concerns. There are concerns, question marks on the table to address. Yeah. So say it's like this is the question, right? Which keeps popping up in the mind. Exactly at this point of time, what you also start looking at, what is sense of life, what is my passion, what I'm doing. I can't work. There is growth which is not happening. Yeah. So this is the 40s, typical 40s. When you approach 41, 42, 43, you start asking these questions to yourself. For some people, it can be little earlier. Maybe for some people, it will be 38. For some people, it will be 40. Some people, it will be 42. Yeah. But this question start popping in your mind and you start experiencing it. So here, what does it happen? You have a greater impact. But by the time you reach to the 40s, you are matured. Okay. Some of the inner calling also start becoming strong, and you start searching the purpose around the activity or the job what you are doing. Okay. And you start questioning many things. You don't like very frequent probing of your boss. You don't like frequently reminding you what's supposed to be done. You want freedom. Okay. You want to do the things in your own way. You want to drive your term in your own way. Okay. You want a financial breakthrough, because a lot of people realize that while we have worked for 10, 12 years, good, but still the kind of financial thought process which I have set in for myself. Of course, for every individual, it is very different. But it is somewhere is a question mark. So you start dealing with this question harder and harder, right? Then the question you may ask, why it is coming now? Why it is now? Why it is at 40? Why it is at 41? Why not it happens at a 30th year? So let me tell you, I'll take you to the interesting reasoning behind it. Okay, so let me tell you, just there are some questions. I'll try to answer it. Probably it will help. There is a question from Biswajit that, he wants to do a job which is not satisfied. So Biswajit, let me tell you, job satisfaction has got multiple access to it. Okay. Number one, the job. So first of all, you're not satisfied for many reasons. It could be one reason, it could be two, or it can be many. Number one reason can be you see the financial returns are not there. That's a one reason. You feel that you're doing the same work, you're not having the diversity of work. It's a number two reason. Number three reason it can be you feel that the job which you are doing are not going to lead you anywhere, because down the line 3 years, 4 years, such jobs will not be required. Okay. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th reason you can keep doing it. The culture of the place can be not very friendly and you don't like to continue. It can be your boss, which can be the biggest reason. So there is the many reasons which could be, and definitely we can connect after this the workshop as well, and I'll help you to understand what exactly it is. Yeah. Okay, great. Another question which has come, Kalpana, that you are asking that because your inner calling has become so strong that you have left your job and then you join as administrator and faculty in the same institute of mine. Let me tell you, and still you have some question mark. Let me tell you. Of course, whenever you shifted, you might have shifted recently or some time back, that I can't read in this question, but I understand whenever you make any change, okay, career transition. Right now, if you are into the 1 month to 6 months, you are into the career transition phase. Under career transition phase, the anxiety, stress is always there and it's high. Why? Because your income stream, which you have been getting every month on first or second, might not be getting the same rate of the interest. You see the liabilities are more, and you don't know how long it will take to pick it back. So I would say that you, whenever you plan such move, so that is something which is, you have to be passionate. If you have taken for your passion this decision, I would suggest draw a timeline. This is the 2 year, 2 months. This is my 3 year months plan. This is my 6 month plan. In the initial 2 month time, with my the work which I have chosen, I will make this much of my money. I will like make no money, or I will earn 30%. In 6 months, I will reach out to this level, and in 1 year, I will reach out to this level. At the same time, you also have to keep a tab on time, because ultimately your financial objectives should also not compromised. And the moment you see there is a need to get into and add another revenue stream, the best part is that Kalpana, is that you have moved out of the corporate setup, so you can opt for multiple profession. Means it is not necessary that you are earning from the one stream only. You can earn from multiple stream. You can, right now you are doing the teaching, you can start doing the the online course material preparing and loading, and then there is some passive income start coming. Based on your interest, you can get into the many other area. Oh wow, I think so. Then it is something, you're on the right path. So Kalpana, I would maybe you can just tell us then what is making you the concern. If you are able to make out the money which you want and targeted it, and good that you have taken your inner calling strong, and you've gone ahead and now you are earning back. So somewhere you are feeling your future is not secure, or you feel that I have not taken the right decision still. What is making you worry? Maybe you can just type and then I'll see. Guys, I think so. This is something I would say that just have a look of this slide. This slide has got a lot of meaning for you guys, and I'll explain you why it happens. It answers many questions of your why, about why midterm. So maybe let me enlarge it. So guys, let me tell you, I think this slide is clear to everyone. One of you please just acknowledge it, because it's important to understand. See, what the mid career planning is required for one simple reason. See, anybody who born in this world has got certain unique strength associated to him. Okay, some people are like they are very good in numerical ability. Some people are very good in visualization. Some people have got wonderful abstract reasoning. But what happens when you pursue the the education till 12th? Everybody has to 8th, 9th, it gets into that everybody has to get the same set of education. And after 8th, 9th, based on some observation, which is being largely made by your teachers, your parents, nowadays school also come forward, they do some kind of academic counseling, psychometric test you attend, and then they decide you should go for science, you should go for humanity, you should go for commerce. And once you choose those options, you land up to a career, right? That career at times has a sync with your internal capabilities, and many a times it does not have any sync with your capabilities. Yeah, so I'll tell you why it happens so. And when you do that, I'll relate to my story. When I was in 6th, 7th, 8th, somehow I was good or bad, whatever, my parents and my teachers decided you're good in math, science, right? So you should aspire for being engineering. They pick up the PCM, which is physics, chemistry, maths. Done my 10th. Of course, once you've done the 10th, 12th, you follow the same. And then since it is injected in my mind that I have to become engineer, I gone into the engineering college. Once I landed to the engineering college, there are various options, right? Mechanical, electrical, so-called computer science, electronics. And the best part of the deal is, all people, not only me, I was thinking that I am little layman. No one knows about anything about the branches, right? And somebody has got some fair idea. Electrical means it's cable. Mechanical means it's machineries. Civil means constructing the house. Computer means either making the computer. Later on, you realize it is nothing about making the computer. Then you take it up. I given based on my rank and numbers. I have been given the production engineering, which is a mechanical engineering job. Great. Once you pick up the first, you have to complete it. So 4 years, I given my head and heart. I don't know whether good or bad. Came out from the college. Of course, you have to do the job. You are very excited that you are getting some job. I got one industry. Very happily, I joined it. And when I landed the first day there is an induction, the extra. Then when I entered, I was shocked. Is that the kind of life I expected for myself? I was mid of a foundry. It's a steel industry, extremely high temperature, various machines moving left, right, center. I don't know, standing in between. Why I'm here, what I'm going to do. Then I realized it is not something with me. Okay, within 3 months, I got it. Fortunately, it happened, one fine day I just bang to the EDP manager that used to call, the computer system used to be kept inside room, data server, or you call it server room. It used to be a very small setup. I met a gentleman who was Mr. Jaswal, his EDP manager. I met him, but somehow I see the kind of work which those guys were doing. I was finding, it is connecting to me. I made a request to me. He says, you are fine. You want to work something on computer. Let me see whether you know anything about the computer or not. Second thing, you have joined here as a trainee production engineer. How come you can be shifted to computer? That's another struggle. But somehow, he understood there is a, the fire in me, need in me, or there is a learning, eagerness to come up. And I was knowing a little bit about the, computer. Why? Because as a part of the industrial engineering, there is a, some subjects are there to programming and basic, but that's a very basic one. But then I connected immediately, and that has happened within 6 months of my job. Trust me, I was the person who switched on to computer, and I never looked back. I was so fascinated that I can continue my journey 24 years. I don't know how many more years I'll continue to enjoy my field because I love it. Somehow it is connected to my ability, my interest, and I'm there. Think about the situation. I would have continued as a production engineer for 8 years. Daily searching for it, fighting for it, resisting for it. This is not something which I wanted to do. But once you complete 2 years, 3 years, 4 years time, you don't have the alternate. You don't have choices, right? You have not seen that after completing 8 years, people have shifted to one to another. Similarly, it's just my story, my experience. Maybe something more I will relate to it later side, because I have various stories which I came across. But this is my story. Why? Because my subhav, which is if I refer to Gita, there is two things important. One is subhav, means what exactly you meant for doing. What is your passion? What is your strength? What is your USP? And what is the kind of job what you have been given to do? Fortunately, unfortunately, when you join a corporate is a setup which is created for a specific purpose, and it has got a meaning to it. Okay, they have to achieve, and they expect everyone to run in that direction to help them to achieve that outcome, right? So that's what here represented. There's a monkey, there's an elephant, there is a snake, there's a the crocodile, but everybody will be measured. The Mr. Corporate is saying, I can measure only in one way, that everybody has to climb on the tree. So look at the nature, same size, passion, everything is different, but still they are measured against their so-called criteria which is being set. And that is what lead to the mid-career crisis. When you are initial young, you give your heart. You feel like, you can do it. You try your best. But with the passage of time, when you feel that your inner callings, your inner instincts, your purpose is different than what you are doing, you start drifting. Okay. Once you start drifting, your value associated to it start going down. And once your value start going down, your career start deteriorating. So you start feeling the deterioration. That's a one factor. Yes, nowadays there are technology advancement. What you have learned 20 years back doesn't happen in the way. Job definitions are changed, methodology are changed. So definitely which is there. And there are some interesting questions which Sanjay is raising to corporate, but without understanding the real life situation. Yeah. Thanks so much for raising this question wonderfully and beautifully. This is very well, situation. And I will tell you how it can be avoided to the extent when there is a student, and how it can be taken care in case of the mid-career professional. Okay, right now that's what I'm talking about the mid-career, because I want to start from you before I go to your kids and your family members. First of all, how you can get out of this situation. So the next few slides, just have some patience, I'll explain you. So let me tell you, there is an identity crisis. What is CC? CC stands for single identity, single income. Yeah. What we feel is, when we join one particular organization, we feel that this organization has given a title to us, which is GM, Vice President, Senior Director, whatnot, and we associate ourselves with that. What it leads to, we join that organization or multiple organization in the same line. We live with that association and identity, and slowly what happens is our ability to add value goes down. Organizational capability to compensate us goes down, but in entire journey we do not realize. And what happens, if you look at this mouse when it is in the top, the moment he sees something is going down, he has the ability to jump outside and explore the world, but he doesn't do that. He keep on eating because he's getting the feed. Feed is nothing but a monthly salary. You continue to eat it, and once you come down, you feel you are dependent on that organization, and then you are left to their well wishes. I mean, sometimes they treat you well, sometimes they don't treat you well, but fortunately, every professional has been into that trap, because you have never tried your best to come out of that situation when you had ability and strength and cushion available. By reading, this grains are going down. So that is the income. That is what something, the bottom line is, never ever depend on single income and single identity. Identity will remain one. Okay. So I'll explain in subsequent slide how to overcome that part. I'll explain it very well to you. How to come, because most of the professionals are stuck into this situation. I'll explain to the next slides. So friends, this is something which is fundamental, how to come out of the crisis of this mid-career. I would suggest each one of you, this is very important to understand. This weekend, just put some thought in your mind. Of course, you have all the right to enjoy your weekend, but a small thought in you should consider it. Think through, what is your unique strength? What all the unique things, capabilities, learnings, abilities you have? Maybe you can list it down. I'm a good orator. I communicate very well. I can write very well. I can read the documents, reading capabilities, ability to understand the situation. List out all. Yeah. And then you have to really jolt down to 2 or 3 key strengths which you have. This is my USP. This is, Sanjay USP. This is, Biswajit USP. This is, the USP with Kalpana. That's the way, you should look at. If you are a information security professional, you should list down all the, the capability what you have. Then you have to prioritize it. What is the best in this? This is number 1 capability, is number 2, number 3 capability I have, or the strength I have. Then you have to add what is possible. Can I use this set of capabilities beyond my job which I am doing today? Like, I'll give you the example. Somebody who's, very good in information security. Do you think that you have got enough insight that you can go ahead and you can start, giving some contribution to the students, lectures, institutes, government forums? Start doing it within the feasible and reasonable limit of your employment terms condition. You should be very careful. Nowadays, every organization is becoming very, very flexible, because the concept of having the fixed work, fixed timeline, and fixed years are gone. And next 3 to 4 years, it will be completely evaporated. People will be, if you look at in the western part of the world, quite a lot of time I spend into the Eastern Europe. 90% of my team members who are there from the eastern part of the world, which is the Europe, they prefer employment only on contract basis, and they commit you only 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year, because they having a multiple ventures, multiple contract, and they are very upfront. I can give you only 6 hours. You want me or you don't want me? because I'm doing three more different things, and already those are my ongoing relationship. I am not going to break that for to joining you. So yes, I can work for 6 months to you, and after that I have this plan. So this concept is going to be very much prevail into Asia Pacific India very soon, because that's the way the employment makes sense to all of us. So that is something you need to think through, how my skills can serve the purpose anywhere else. And once you identify there are options where what we do also as a career mentor, we take out the best strength in you. We are aware of what is the next generation job industry 4.0, what will survive. The economic forum, they publish the kind of reports. You connect that, how I can develop it, and then you have to develop the transition plan. Because let's say somebody wants to get into the coaching education like Kalpana has done it, might be there are some preparation required. You might be a graduate, but to teach in a college you need to be, let's say, postgraduate to start with. So you have to finish the post graduation in parallel of your employment, because you cannot afford to go off employment and then do the transitioning. No, that's not the preferred way. You should understand your strength, connect to the possibilities, prepare your transition plan, and then work on the transition plan. Once you are PG, you go start teaching to one or two college, take your consent with your HR that you can do on obligatory, and the day you feel that you are connected to the world, you are financially planned. Few months without income, you can go on 6 months, 3 months, 4 months. You can make a switch, and then you can get into multiple things. Your income, which is E, will become E equal to A plus B plus C. A income from one stream, B from another stream, C from another stream. Over the period of time, you develop the multiple streams. Not too many, but at least should have a 2 or 3. Because the kind of external factor which is prevailing on the ground today, at any point of time, one career stream, one income stream can be disrupted. I'll give you the example of lawyers. In US, the prediction is very clear. 95% of the lawyers will be out of the job because AI Watson can do a much better job than any other lawyer. The numbers are going significantly down. Proofreaders, the AI has become so strong that it is not needed. So before that, you have to prepare your career plan, transition plan, and move out of it. So this is something which, I would say, start thinking in this direction, building in this direction. Let's connect. If someone needs any kind of, professional help, here as a team, we have excellent career planners who can really help us out and will show the credentials. Yeah. So it is just a logical step. I'll skip because in order to interest of the time, but it is just that thing what I have spoken out. But most important thing is you have to think through, you have to discover yourself. Once you discover it, connect to the world of possibility, prepare a transition plan and move on. That's the way, but saying is easy. It takes a lot of time, lot of insight, lot of help. And, if you can do yourself, I'll be very glad. And if any one of you, even two of you in the people who are attending this webinar are able to think through and then foolproof their mid-career, I'll be very glad. All my effort will be fruitful if any one of you adopt this path and do it. You do it with professional help, you don't do it with professional help, but it is critical to do it. Because anything when it goes unplanned wrong with anyone, I have seen various examples. People are shattered, people are broken out. In COVID, many of the job is being, short and people were not really, ready for that kind of shock. Now, if you look at the rat has not realized, but it was always there on the ground. COVID, pandemic, these are all just a reason. Yeah, it's just a reason. The fundamental is proactively plan your mid-career. Find out your true identity. Develop multiple income streams, multiple interest. And nowadays in the gig economy, everything is possible. Somebody who likes to cook well, even the people who cooking, they are putting the videos, some of the videos so liked on YouTube, they are earning more than any regular cook in a 5-star hotel just by likes of their videos. So there's a multiple way of earning it. The world is full of challenge, full of opportunity. Yeah.
I think when I'm 40 years old, I start to know exactly what I want to do. I never think in my life that I would be a business people. And I never thought I would be a teacher. So I become a teacher, I never thought about it. I become an entrepreneur, I never thought about it. And all the other, I want to be a policeman, rejected. I want to be, even want to be a waiter in the KFC, were rejected. Most of the dreams, you may think about it, but does not work out. Don't try to be the best. Be the first. Be the first to change. Be the first to take the challenge. Be the first one to overcome the difficulties. Because the best person, there's only one Olympic champion. I don't think I'm lucky enough to be that. But I can always try the new things and don't give up. I believe it because you are so unique. Everybody is unique. Be yourself is always the key. This world today is full of challenges and opportunities. 2,000 years ago, full of challenges and opportunities. And I'm sure 2,000 years later, full of challenges and opportunities. There's always, it depends on how you look at it. Somebody look at this challenge as opportunity. Young people always say there's no opportunity. I complain a lot when I was young because I think Bill Gates took all the opportunities for the Microsoft, the Steve Jobs, all these guys. There's no job, there's no great big stuff left for us. But I think opportunity always lies in the challenges, always lies in the complaints. If you can solve the challenge, you will be successful. The big challenge you solve, the big problem, or the big opportunity you have. I think life is a journey. You come to this world is to enjoy the life, to be happy and healthy. So the day when you leave the world and say, I'm happy in my life, I'm healthy in this life, because if you're not healthy, you will never be happy. So I believe happy and healthy are the things the human being always looking for. And I think next 30 years, because of the technology, the life science is going to change a lot. And people is going to live longer. But when you can live longer, does not necessarily live healthier. So if you're not healthy, how can you be happy? If you live longer, if you're not happy, why you live there?
Hope everybody is, able to see the value, right? It's a Jack Ma, right? And it's just a very relevant video which I wanted to bring in front of how I was going through, and I find it is very inspiring. The world is always full of opportunity. It is up to us how we visualize the opportunities, how we identify the opportunity, because opportunities are always hidden in mix of challenges. So to get the opportunity, what you need to do first is pick up the challenges. And how you can pick up the challenges, you have to get your strength and courage in place. That's what I say, you work on making your identity strong. The day your identity is strong, you will have a courage to take bold steps, courage to go beyond, and then you will do everything, whatever you can feel like. Everybody who has accomplished, you will believe, the people have left the job, or the people who have been compelled to leave the job, came out, they set up a small venture they never thought of. Like Jack Ma never thought of that he will set up such a large business. But it has happened. Yeah. Only thing is try to identify the opportunities which are there. So I would, just like to say, you can unlock the potential. You can overcome the single identity crisis. You can overcome the single income crisis. Identify your unique strength. Trust me, you all have been gifted one unique strength. You have to identify, and in the journey, if you want our support, we are always available. We have a proven process. There is a scientific way you can discover yourself. You can develop your career plan, and I don't know, 25 lakhs plus, the kind of career of students earlier, mid-career being shaped up by here. And I'm very thankful to be part of this organization now in some or other manner as a mentor. So trust us, everything is possible. Yeah. Now we are just switching the context to coming to the very important part of discussion, which is about the students' career plan. How do we do it? How we can plan? How we do it all together? So what I'm trying to do is now I'm going to just talk about this student career. Actually, to look at right career planning can be done proactively when someone is starting a career. Let me tell you what does it mean. It means anyone when the kids approach to the 13 years, that is the right time that parents, teacher, mentors sit together to discover what is best available within the kid based on the best capability and ability what he has, what inspiration he has, what parent aspiration is they should be doing it and choosing the right career path. Unfortunately, this is the situation in India. 45 to 50% of the professional, 48% of the professional who come out of the colleges are not rightly deployed. It's not a very number, it is a very, very tragic number. It means every out of two guy, one guy does not get right deployment for what he has attained the education. And this problem of choosing the wrong career, not able to get the right opportunity, skill set not matching is phenomenal. And once I cross one or two slides, I'll explain you how it has happened. And it was eye opener for me as well. So I'll just share one story to all of you. For some business meeting, I just happened to be at London. I landed to airport, and obviously Uber I was trying, and I booked the cab. The cab has come. I just got inside. There is a young guy who was driving. But the moment I boarded the cab, I could easily figure out this kind of cab is normally not used for the cab purposes. They are used for normally for heavy off-roading, not even normal off-roading. It's a very high-end SUVs. Anyway, I have not said anything. The journey started. I have to go to a place called Ipswich, which is approximately 230 miles from the London. So the journey started, and I had to make some calls. So for the meeting which I was preparing for another day, to discuss with my team member what is the status, how the thing, what is the thing looks like, where the project has gone, because tomorrow I have a meeting with the customer. I want complete update. So I thought, let me use this 3 hours time while my vehicle is moving. Let me finish off the update part. So once I finished my discussion around 20-30 minutes, he says, sir, excuse me, I'm extremely sorry to overhear something which I should have not without your permission, but can I ask something if I have? I say, why not? We are not that formal. Go ahead. He says, sir, since you are into the information technology area, I just need some good suggestion from you. What all the latest thing is coming up. So I say, well, go ahead. I mean, you look like you are, interested in information technology. He says, yes, sir, I have completed my, so-called BS, which is, Bachelor of Science, they call it, or BTech in computer science from, London College of Engineering. I have completed my MS as well from Leeds University. I got interested, I said, wonderful. I mean, you have completed your things and now you are into the profession. I mean, it's something which is very, very different. He says, sir, actually, I am into the adventure tourism. I have my website where I put the locations which are very, very far off and not very easy to reach over there. And I get the tourists worldwide. I take them over there. I stay with them. I help them to, explore their area. Someone comes for photography. Someone comes for the rock study. Someone comes for the species study. And I stay with them and I make, 10 to 12,000 pounds in a month. And when I was IT professional, I was hardly earning 5 to 6,000 pounds. I said, just because of the money you moved? He said, no, sir, it's not that. The problem is once after completing my BTech, I got into the MTech, MS after completion, I got into the job. After working for 6 months, I realized I'm not a guy who can sit in the office for long hours, can attend the systems, can do the coding. None of I was liking. I was, just not getting right with the job. So I resigned it. I had no idea what I'm going to do next. And a huge loan sitting on my head because it's not like India where, the parents does the financing for their kids, okay? You go to the graduation, your parents pay. You go for the post-graduation, your parents pay. It doesn't happen there. He says, 40,000 pounds, being Britisher, I have borrowed from the bank. 20,000 more I have put into my masters. So 60,000 pounds, which I borrowed from the bank, I have to pay every month. So I have to do something. I can't be sitting whether I like it or don't like it. Then I got an idea of, the driving, because then I discovered I love talking to the people. I love adventure. I go to the place. So I joined Uber, and from Uber, one fine day I gone to the off location, and there I discovered myself. From the last 1 year I'm doing this and I'm doing excellently. I say, wow, man, I mean, you got your purpose of the life. You are happy. He says that I'm very, very happy about it. But one thing which I'm not too happy about it. I say, what? He said, I'm not too happy about the situation that I have borrowed 60,000 pounds for no good reason. Ideally, I should have invested 10,000 pounds in learning the photographies or something about the geoscience or something about the location of the map would have been more helpful in my profession rather than, I just, gone ahead and done this computer science, which I can't work. I can't see, I can't do anything about it. So that's the state which I'm saying this is not very old. The event just happened, maybe 1.5, 2 years back. So my friend, in a advanced country like UK, even the kids pick up the choices which are initially wrong. Whereas in India, it is absolutely not. It is something like, time has gone where somebody's chacha, mama or tau suggesting something which will work. They have absolutely zero idea about what is the next generation of job. What kind of intensity, what kind of performance which is expected from individuals to do it. So my suggestion is to each of the parents, each of the student is, when you start getting into streaming in your study, please pay attention. Yeah, please pay attention to your abilities, your strength, what subject I should study, and something which is connecting to you. Only you should be, doing it and taking it up. And that's my suggestion to you as a parent as well. Try to help the kids to discover the journey. If you need help of certain professional, you can always take the help of certain professional who are fit the career mentoring. It's a very, very complex thing. Do not ignore it. Do not feel it is very, something. The whole life happiness and satisfaction is dependent on that. Okay. So please do not ignore that part at all. So I'll just give you a brief about the Dheya as well. Yeah. So we are, the community of career mentors who try to help every individual to shape up their dreams, which is to a student, early college going student, early career persons, mid-career professionals. And there is a scientific tool available to it. Once we do that assessment, we take the process. So I'll brief you a little bit about the process of career, how it should be done and it should be planned. It's nothing to do with us or there. It is the way it should be performed for any student who wants to study. And please do not confuse this, so-called every school does a practice they call academic counseling. Let me tell you, schools does the counseling for one single purpose. They want to just segregate the layer of the students because they want to protect their school results. They want to protect their reputations. So they go to a psychometric test. Based on that, they say you are not good for maths, so you take humanity. You are not good for English, so you go for science, you go for bio. That's not the way that it should be done. It has to be done very, very unique to individuals. Every individual is unique in this world. He is not duplicated anywhere all across the globe. So his capability and strengths are unique. One has to understand that part. And based on that strength, aspirations, possibility of the next generation should come into the picture. So I'll take you the process a little bit. You will understand how does it work. In there, we call it as a 7D process. Of course, that's a unique to us. But actually, if you look at what it consists of, discovery is the most crucial part. When any kids becoming 13 years old, 14, 15, 16, there is a scientific tool which has been given. He does the testing alone, various situations just to get his personality out. It's come out. His strength, ability, unique strength needs to be discovered. Those set of things has to be combined with the wisdom of a very senior mentor who has seen the world, who is aware of what kind of job employment which is possible, what is going to happen in Industry 4.0, what kind of employment will remain, what kind of employment will not remain. Sit with the kids, sit with the parent, understood the operations, stitch it all together, prepare a plan, give it back to the kid. Very recently I just got it done for my son. He's in process and he's getting done. He's feeling very engaged. And once the process and the plan is created, then one is wholeheartedly is going to buy every single step what is going to take. Then onwards, he will take towards his goal, his dreams. He will not be exploring. He will not be disturbed. He will not be searching around the things. He will go exactly in the direction which he is to go. Based on his strength, this is the kind of career I want to build. Somebody, let's say pick it up as, want to pick it up the photography. He is interested into the space. He has radial observation is very good. He would like to take the astrophotography. Nobody is aware of it's a career. It's a full-fledged career where people are earning. They are much sought after into the NASA, but people are not aware of. So career planning, I would say, for the generations today should not be done basis of the parent understanding, basis of the knowledge available to the teachers across. It should be done in a very scientific manner. So the first thing is the discovery. Then what we do is, based on that strength, we put a direction to it. No, this is the direction it can go. You have a numerical ability, you have abstract reasoning, you have spatial observations, your 3D visualization is very good. Somebody has not good in memory recall. So we call it as a RAPD, which is the R represent a result, A represent for assertiveness, P represent for patience, D represent for diligence. These are the basic ingredients of personality which is present in everyone, and nobody is good, nobody is right, nobody is wrong. It is just that everybody is unique. Somebody is very high on D but very low on R. Somebody is very high on A but missing the P. And everyone can have a one set of character, based on its strength, abilities, aspiration, a wonderful career can be carved out. And based on that career, one should take the step of his education. What he should be doing in 10th, what he should be doing in 12th, what he should be doing in graduation, what he should be doing in the post-graduation. So this is the entire process of the discovery, direction, dream, desire, design, which means, where we sit, we understood the aspiration of the parents, financial situation also very critical to understand. And then we design a path, then we do it together, we charge it. And once any guy or the kid wants to have that, they take it as a final, their career, game and ambition. And let me tell you, then those papers are not supposed to be written and kept as a soft copy. Those things will be written in mind of your child. Parents will have clarity, teachers will have clarity, and then one can achieve the happiness. So what in the previous session I have done in the mid-career session, we were trying to achieve. We were all the way which you can achieve much ahead of time without losing any time and money. Money is significant part. Once you put a guy for the medicine, let me tell you, I have interacted with multiple parents who pushed their kids to become a doctor, spend countless money because they have opened the clinic. For God's sake, if he doesn't want to become doctor, he doesn't have the quality to become the doctor, don't push him for that. Your nursing home still can survive. He can very well manage as a healthcare administrator as well as a career, where he'll be more happy to do that and let some possible doctor to take care of the things. So it's like, we have to be very, very careful about this. And, so just to put into perspective, it is the simple process. We discovered the individual strength by doing some online assessments. A senior career mentor review the results, put forward the future opportunities, come back to the parents, sit together as a partner, we decide the roadmap, and then it is being done. It is the final one. It is just a juggle of number which I put about, the team which I belongs to. Yeah. We take a lot of pride to say that we have shaped up more than 25 lakhs career. We are more than, already, people who are all across supporting these numbers. We have a career mentors all across the, India who are doing excessive job. So this is just a number, but just to give you the confidence, it works. It works for more than 25 lakhs people, or the early professional or the students with whom we have done it. It is a very simple thing. What we do is we design the dreams. We can't create your dreams. Dreams are individuals. Dreams belongs to the kids, students, parents. We help them to know this, and we just help them to believe, what is the impact of a positive strength and how the career can be shaped up, what all the career opportunities we have. So I would request you, if someone of you still have any doubt, you can always reach out to me. We'll be glad to help you out. At any point of time, any one of you wants to reach out, can reach out to me. Yeah, I'm available to answer your individual questions. Any point of time you can write to me. My email ID is dipankar.srivastav@dia.in. Really, I appreciate Preeti and everyone. You guys have really taken out 1.5 hours of a precious time. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing your knowledge, sir. Thank you everyone for joining. So you can contact sir on his given email ID, or you can contact us through Dhea. Thank you so much.